Imagine this. You're a teenage girl in a quiet Amish farmhouse at 4 o'clock a.m., heart pounding while you hold your father's old straight razor in trembling hands. The whole house is asleep. You keep glancing at the door, silently praying. No one wakes up. One quick swipe across your calf and suddenly you're not just shaving your legs. You're risking everything. Your faith, your family, even your future. That girl was me. My name is Emma. I grew up Old Order Amish, one of the most conservative branches. And today I'm going to take you inside a world most people only see in tourist photos of horse-drawn buggies. A world where something as simple as a razor isn't about beauty or hygiene, it's about obedience, humility, and the razor-thin line between salvation and sin. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't just about hair. It's about control, rebellion, faith, and what happens when you finally choose yourself. Let's start at the beginning. In Old Order Amish communities, grooming isn't casual at all. It's controlled by something called the Ordnung, an unwritten and sometimes written set of rules that guides almost every part of life. What you wear, what technology you use, and yes, even what you do with your body hair. At the heart of it all is one core belief: separation from the world. Humility instead of vanity. Accepting the body God gave you exactly the way He gave it. For women, that usually means no shaving, no legs, no underarms, no eyebrows, nothing. In many strict groups, especially among some of the most conservative Amish communities, the Ordnung clearly forbids it. Shaving is seen as worldly vanity, almost like questioning God's design. The thinking is simple. If God put it there, why remove it? And here's the important part: this isn't about cleanliness. Amish people value cleanliness a lot. Homes are spotless, laundry is fresh, and daily washing is normal. But grooming for appearance, that's different. That crosses into pride. And pride in Amish teaching is spiritually dangerous. In my community, the rule was crystal clear for married women. Once you got married, shaving stopped forever. The moment you said your wedding vows, the razor disappeared. Your body became a symbol of humility and submission to God, to your husband, and to the community. Long hair tucked neatly under a prayer cap, modest dresses covering your body, natural hair left untouched. It was all part of the same idea, yielding to God's will. But unmarried girls, that's where things got complicated. Some communities were extremely strict. Even teenagers during Rumspringa weren't allowed to shave. If they did, they could face church discipline or even a public confession. Other communities were a little more relaxed. In those places, unmarried girls could sometimes get away with discreet shaving, as long as nobody found out. Marriage marked full adulthood in the church, so before that there was sometimes a little wiggle room. A mistake might be seen as youthful curiosity instead of full rebellion. In my experience, it varied wildly even between neighboring districts. One church community might quietly ignore it if a girl shaved her legs before youth gatherings called singings. Another community might treat plucking a single eyebrow hair like a scandal. That's the Amish way, decentralized, community-driven, with no central authority. Rules often depend on the local bishop or minister and how they interpret scripture. I still remember my older sister Rebecca pulling me aside one cold winter morning when I was 16. She whispered, "Emma, if you're going to do it right and never tell." She showed me how to hold the razor so I wouldn't cut myself, how to rinse it quietly, how to hide any evidence, and most importantly, how to wake up before dawn when the house was silent. We did it in secret because we knew what could happen. If our mother found out, there would be tears and long lectures. If our father found out, it would be much worse. And if the bishop found out, shunning could follow like a shadow. So why risk it? Honestly, it wasn't just vanity. It was curiosity. Tiny pieces of freedom. Sometimes we'd see English girls, the non-Amish girls at the fabric store, their smooth legs showing slightly under their skirts. And we'd wonder, what does that feel like? Would a boy notice? In a world where courtship is supervised and bodies are always covered, those quiet, secret shaves felt like reclaiming a small piece of ourselves. But the guilt was always there. Every time fabric brushed against freshly shaved skin, my stomach twisted. Was this sin? Was I rejecting the body God gave me? Sermons echoed in my mind. Outward appearance reflects the inward heart. If I removed hair God created, what else might I remove? My faith? My family? Some girls stopped once they married. Some never started at all. And others kept the secret their entire lives, even from their husbands. I knew women who confessed on their deathbeds, terrified that removing hair decades earlier might somehow keep them out of heaven. Hygiene was never the issue. Amish women work incredibly hard to keep their homes and bodies clean, scrubbing floors on their hands and knees, washing daily with simple soap, wearing fresh clothes. But vanity is what the rules try to avoid. Shaving, for strict groups, sits in the same category as fancy hairstyles or gold jewelry. Verses from the Bible, especially in 1 Timothy and 1 Peter, are often used to support the idea of plainness. Removing body hair can be seen as stepping into the world of appearance and self-adornment. Everything changed when I left. I ran away at 19 with nothing but a small bag and a heart full of fear. The first time I shaved openly standing in a tiny apartment bathroom with bright light and hot water, I started crying. Not because it hurt, but because of the emotion behind it. Relief, grief, freedom, the realization that I had spent years hiding something so small. Looking back now, I don't judge those rules. For many Amish women, they carry deep meaning. Choosing not to shave can be an act of faith, a quiet way of saying, I accept the body God gave me. It represents humility, submission, and belonging to a community that values simplicity over individuality. In that culture, these choices connect people together. They're not random restrictions. They're expressions of belief. But for me, leaving meant discovering personal choice. Shaving my legs isn't rebellion anymore, it's just part of an ordinary Tuesday. Wearing what I want, cutting my hair the way I like, deciding what feels right for my own body. That's a freedom I didn't even realize I was missing. Many people look at Amish women and assume they're trapped by rules. But the truth is, many choose that life willingly. They find peace in the structure, meaning in the simplicity, and purpose in living plainly. I respect that deeply, because I lived it too. I loved parts of it, the closeness, the faith, the quiet rhythm of life, but I also know the other side, the fear of being discovered, the guilt that lingers, the quiet rebellions that happen in dimly lit bathrooms before sunrise, the strange way something as personal as body hair can become a battlefield for identity. So the next time you see an Amish woman stepping down from a buggy, her long dress moving softly, her white cap perfectly pinned, remember there might be a story beneath that modest exterior. Maybe it's a choice made in faith. Maybe it's a secret kept in silence. Or maybe, like mine, it was a quiet act of courage, because the razor was never really about hair. It was about who gets to decide what your body means. Thanks for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me what surprised you the most. And tell me, have you ever broken a rule that felt much bigger than it seemed? Until next time, choose your freedoms wisely. Sometimes they're the very thing that saves you.